Alright, it's time for the week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 829 for January 13th, 2025. On the show this week, we got the Wildbat.
Yes, sir.
We got Turds.
What up?
That's it.
That is it. Yes.
Oh man, I had a frantic weekend. I'm like irritated. Yeah, we gotta go through all this shit. Trying to load up everything. This is my Windows guy.
Everything hooked up?
Yeah, I got everything hooked up. I got like wires and shit laying all over the place. I had to take my Govee lights off, so now they're like laying here in like a spool.
Can you put those back on something else?
I mean, you gotta buy some double-sided tape, which
okay.
I'll get to it eventually. Like I watched it last night. I was like, after like 20 minutes, I was like, okay, I'm not even paying attention to it anymore. You know?
Yeah, it's fine. I got you.
So I was like, yeah. So I've got that spooled up. I got like cords laying all over the place. It was driving me crazy. Like I said, I watched the playoff game with the Peely still on the TV yesterday because I was just in like frantic mode of like, oh shit, my shit broke and the playoffs started. Like I had literally, like my wife was joking with me. She's like, you got 20 minutes. You gotta get it hooked up. I'm like, God damn it. Oh, that's not fun.
Well, no, not rushing to do it.
No. Like I want to spend the time like enjoying it and like setting it up right and all that shit. And just like,
yeah.
But anyway, it's up. It's hooked up. I'm gonna watch some more playoff football today, and then, you know, nothing like having to blow almost $2,000 on a Saturday afternoon. Like whatever. Anyway, we got video games to talk about. We're finally starting to get kicked in. I got my embargo's up today. Like I didn't realize how late we got the game that I was playing. So.
See, I don't have anything new to talk about because that embargo's not up till the end of this month. And that's what I've been playing the most of. But yeah,
that's crazy. Like I thought this game that I was playing wasn't coming, which is Dynasty Warriors. I was like, this ain't coming out till the end of the month, right?
It's next
week.
It's
the 28th, right?
No, it comes out tomorrow.
No, this week.
What?
Yeah. It's the 14th.
Shit.
Yeah, like
I know that.
I literally just got the code on like I think it was Friday. And
I thought we had a couple weeks left before that came out.
Nope, that's this week. So like my review will not be ready. Spoiler alert, I've only put in like an hour. Like so
well,
and this one looks super deep too. Sorry, go ahead.
I wish I had time to play that right now, but I got too much other stuff to play, so
yeah. Oh shit, there's another game I have.
One to catch up on later.
That I have to check the embargo date. I hate embargo dates, by the way.
I think we all do.
They just drive me crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up Dynasty Warriors for sure. That demo was fire.
The demo was great. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play it. I got other stuff that I already own that I need to finish before I get to that.
Yeah, I feel you.
I can 100%. Talk about the hour that I played. That's about it. But let's kick it off, Terrence. What are you playing that you can talk about? When is that one? Is that one the end of the month?
It's the end of the month. Yeah.
Okay, like it's about to get crazy real fast.
Yeah,
and
I'm
like
getting my shit mixed up because I thought that one was the one that came out this week, but
no.
Apparently not.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, it's the end of the month.
That's the end of the month. Yeah, dude. Dynasty Warriors is like tomorrow, and then we'll talk about the releases later. But yeah, it's about to get crazy for like a month and a half straight. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. What you got that you can talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I really just kind of more of the same. Like I played some more of the Star Trek Legends, and I got the review written for that. That's just disappointing. Star Trek fans, we just deserve more. We deserve better. Like we ain't had a good Star Trek game in so many years since probably like Bridge Commander. Now that VR one was dope. That Bridge Crew or whatever it was called, the VR one was pretty cool. But yeah, this Legends ain't it. I played. What did I?
So what kind of game is this? Star Trek Legends.
So it's It's a phone game for real, because it started on mobile and it's been ported over to everything. But it's like those gotcha games where you build a team of characters and then like you get points or in the ones that you pay money for, you have to buy those like summons so you can summon the characters. So like the named characters like Kirk and Cisco are in there and they're like super rare, but then there's like generic ones you have as well.
Is the thong song in it?
Is it like
this nigga? No.
2 weeks in a row with Cisco references after I made the dragon reference last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dong, 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 dong.
Wow, that was...
That takes me back. That song was everywhere back then. I'm sorry, now we're going to start talking about Cisco.
100% everywhere.
It was everywhere.
So is it like... as much as I hate to say this because I feel like a YouTuber doing a promo, is it like Raid Shadow Legends?
Oh, fuck
yes.
off.
Yes,
Christ.
it is. So it's exactly like that, but Star Trek. But the I guess the benefit of it is you're not paying individually for like the summons, you're buying the game all together. So I think it's like $9.99 on Xbox. So you spend $10 and then you earn everything by playing the game. So they give you the currency to do the summons by you playing the missions and all this other jazz. So yeah, it's exactly like one of the raid game, but it's paid for. Yeah.
By the way, I feel like after you say something like that, you have to say, smash that like button, guys. Click the bell if you want to be notified when my next video drops.
Yeah.
When I go live.
Please like and subscribe, please.
Smash that like, slice that like button. That's what that one of the
slice and dice that like says. Button.
Yeah. Oh man.
Sure, but check out our Patreon for exclusive content and access to an exclusive Discord where you can request new episodes.
You have to actually add.
It's like a fucking script at this point. Holy shit!
That's what I'm saying, because they all say that everybody got to Patreon. Everybody, because that one dude that was at IGN that's now doing something. I was like, damn, nigga, you just quit your job and now you're like, well, I got this Patreon. Y'all pay for this content now. What the fuck?
Dude, that's everybody. That's what everybody does now. They leave and they're like, I want you to pay for my content.
Nah, fuck that. I didn't tell you to quit that good ass job. Like, you live in San Francisco, my nigga. I know you was making money because that's an expensive ass place to live.
Yeah.
Can I just, as a side tangent, I was looking for some information on a game the other day. Can I just comment on how fucking unusable IGN's website is at this point?
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh my God.
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Just an absolute dog shit website at this point, which is crazy because I mean IGN used to be like the pinnacle.
Yep.
And now like you couldn't pay me to go to IGN to find information on a game or like information on a quest within a game, not because the information's not there, but because it's such a pain in the ass to navigate. Yes, and then if you're on mobile, it tries to do goofy shit with the ads, and you try to scroll down and none of the content loads. Like,
oh, dude, the worst is I was looking
like
through,
waving my hand at you like a old woman in the front row at a sermon.
Yeah, no, I was looking like through one of their wikis when I was playing a game, and like every time I would scroll down, I think I was looking for the cans in Stellar Blade. And like every time I would scroll down to the can of the location of where it was at, like the page would reload or scroll back up to the top.
Oh, yes, like right when you get to what you need.
Yeah.
And then you get a big video ad that tries to take over the screen.
Yep.
It's unusable. It's a disaster. I haven't tried to look at their website on an actual desktop in a long time, but on mobile it's unusable. I mean, it's to the point where I'd rather use Games Radar and their fucking click through page 1 of 75 to find the information you need.
That's what I've been doing I think I did it for Monster Hunter or something like that. Cause IGN's is just, bruh, but everybody, gotta make money, I guess is what this is.
I mean, they ain't making no money because my ass ain't going there no more.
Listen, I go there just for their like main page. Like I don't go there to look for anything for real. But yeah, normally they have like those like first of the months or whatever that they do, where they have like
It's the
features
first
on
of
stuff. I
the
think
month.
Monster Hunter might be. Oh man, we do hitting a lot of
Classic hip hop up in here.
a lot of classic hip hop today. All right,
Little Bone Thugs, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. But yeah. Anyway, okay. Let me move on. All right. So what else did I play? I played some more Dragon Age. I'm working on my top 10 list. That's going to make it. I don't know where it's going to fall yet, but I think it is going to make my list. The more I play it, the more I actually enjoy it. The story and stuff as well. Not the story. Let me back up. Not the main story. I really, really like the companions though.
Yeah, same. That's where I'm at on it.
Yeah, I found myself basically going down all their quest. I've kind of taken a side quest, whatever. I put the main quest on pause, and I've been focusing on like all the little companion quests, and some of them are really, really cool.
Yeah, agreed.
So I don't know about the main though. We'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah, it'll end up on my list.
I heard, by the way, that the last 5 hours of it are really, really good. Like,
oh, good. Okay.
The last 5 hours it really picks up of the main quest. So hopefully that's the case.
Okay, yeah, I hope so. Because right now I'm just like, man, look. But they did really good with the companions, which is cool.
Agreed. Yep.
Which I'm wondering, so if it was supposed to be like a Destiny type game, where would the companion stuff kind of fall into play? Like, or did that get added when they swapped it from being like the
my
online
assumption
thing?
is that got added in, and the way it's all handled, it makes me think it probably got added in when they started adding the Mass Effect folks to the game.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I can see that because that's kind of how some of those companion quests feel too. It's like
it could be the other way around, because it actually, from my understanding, and the development on this game has been so fucking crazy. Who knows what's real and what's not real? But my understanding was that it started out as a sort of a standard RPG sequel to Dragon Age Inquisition, and then EA decided they wanted it to be the Destiny style
live service or games as a
service game.
Yeah.
And that's when a lot of the original folks left. And so the companion stuff may have been one of the first things they worked on. So it could either have come at the very beginning or at the very end, and the games as a service stuff came in the middle.
Gotcha. Okay.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if some of the companion stuff wasn't baked in relatively early on, and then got recycled once they decided to change course again away from the games as a service stuff.
I just want all video games to stop making randomly generated loot.
Man, loot is so horrible in this game.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that when we got to mine, but I mean we're already on the game now, so I might as well just talk about because I also have played a lot of Dragon Age this week, and Terrence, I feel very similar about it to you. It'll make my list. I'm not sure where yet. The companions are great. A lot of the story beats are actually pretty good. I have criticisms of pieces of the story that we talked about last week, and how some of it feels a little bit muddled and samey. But the loot in this game fucking sucks. It's just bad. Particularly the unique loot. So, just like a lot of games like this, you've got your tiered loot, uncommon, rare, legendary, and then you have unique pieces of loot that are rewards for sometimes incredibly difficult quests or bosses. And almost to an item, they are worse than anything that you would just already have by the time you're strong enough to beat whatever you need to beat to get it. And they all come with these goofy ass balancing decisions. And so when I'm playing a game like this and I get unique tier loot, right? My expectation is that it is the strongest, most desirable piece of loot in the game.
Facts.
And that it makes my character significantly stronger. That's the entire reason behind doing a whole bunch of side quests and shit to get
it right.
Tier loot. And every single one, with the exception of one, so the unique helm that I have is legitimately just better. But most of the other unique tier loot that you get in this game comes with these goofy ass um, balancing is the only way I can put it. So I got a unique sword that does more damage than my normal weapons, which is great. But then they add a benefit that is your weapons deal 100% more damage when you're attacking in the air. And if it was just that benefit, it would be like, cool. I mean, I don't do a lot of air attacks, but it does more damage than my regular sword anyway. And it's nice that I'll get a little bonus damage if I happen to be airborne for one of my attacks. But most of the attacks, you're not really airborne in this game. Well, but then they add that your weapons deal 30% less damage when you're on the ground, which is where 90% of your attacks are. And it's like, why? Why are you adding that? Like, why are you adding something that makes my primary means of attack worse on unique tier loot? If you want to have like a legendary or a rare piece of loot that has some weird like trade-off stuff like that can make a unique build in the game more powerful, that's fine. Don't make it the last level of loot that you can get in the game. The highest tier of what do you call it? Upgrade status. Don't add goofy ass shit like that to it. So another example, I got a unique bow, and I mentioned on the show last week that my character's primarily an archer. So I got this unique longbow, and I was super excited about it because it's got 276 damage, which is 80 damage more than the bow that I normally use, which sounds like a crazy amount. But you only get, so in this game you have a limited number of arrows, and the arrows regenerate. You can find different things that will increase the number of arrows that you can carry, including in the skill tree and other equipment and stuff. So right now I carry 14 arrows, and they regenerate as you shoot them. And so unless I'm fighting a really challenging boss, I'm almost never waiting for an arrow to cool down. I almost always have at least one just kind of that has regenerated because I had to dodge or something. This bow reduces your arrow regeneration by 90%.
What the fuck?
And reduces your arrow count to 1. So you have one arrow that regenerates 90% slower than your normal arrow regeneration and only does 82 additional damage. So I did the math because that's who I am. And I'm going to call it damage per quiver because I couldn't come up with anything better than that. But the amount of damage I can do on a headshot, a fully charged headshot, in a full, without waiting for arrow regeneration. So without sitting around waiting to have an arrow again. With my current bow, I can do about 18,000 headshot damage in one quiver of arrows without ever having to wait for an arrow. This one, I do 2,200. Tell me what sense that makes.
None.
If you want to have an arrow, so Dragon's Dogma, right? It's different. It's a little different. But Dragon's Dogma 2 had an arrow that was you fire it one time, you lose it forever, and the game auto saves after you fire it. But that arrow instant killed anything in the game, including the most powerful boss in the game. That's what you do if you want to do a one-time arrow shot thing.
Like a master ball.
This game, you're going to get, it takes forever for that arrow to regenerate. Long enough that most combat encounters are going to be over before you get 2 arrows off at best with this bow. It's absurd. And it's the complete opposite of what you should do with unique tier loot in a game like this, because the unique tier loot makes the game harder. And that's silly. There might be some people that like that. I'm not one of them. Now I will say that's for the weapons. I have a unique tier. Oh yeah, so a unique tier. I have a unique amulet. Okay, that does an additional 30 damage when you're at low health, and it makes it so that low health, which there are several other things in the game that do different things at low health, quote unquote. It makes it so your low health triggers 10% earlier, but it also makes it so your health can never be higher than 70%. Uh, it's just it's goofy. Um, and there's no reason I would ever use it before the legendary amulet I have, which the legendary amulet I have does 20% additional projectile ability damage, 25% additional barrier damage, gives me 25 momentum every time I hit with a projectile ability, and adds 50% damage to weak points if I use a projectile ability. All of that on a legendary amulet and no negatives. So why would I ever use a unique one over top of that? It's silly, and it's super disappointing because you play the entire game to get access to this unique loot, and half of it sucks. Um, it's just, yeah, it's frustrating as shit. The combat in this game in general, I just feel like is kind of a big swing and a miss for me. I know some people have said that they enjoy it. I just think it's kind of a swing and a miss. The You mentioned, Terrence, that you're running through side content. I've been doing the same, and I'm at the point now where I've got 2 side bosses to kill, but both of them are way over my level, so I'll have to wait and come back.
That's how I am too.
But so the that's goofy too, because if I look at my quest for those 2 side bosses, one of them says the recommended level is 10 to 40, and the boss is level 40. So that makes sense, right? You can tackle it anytime between 10 and 40, but the boss is a level 40, and the way bosses work in this game is that if you try and kill a boss that's substantially higher than your level, you're going to do way less damage to it, and it's going to do way more damage to you. It's very standard RPG damage scaling when it comes to level. The other one, which is a major side quest boss, the recommended level for that quest is 35 to 45, and the boss is level 50. Why are you telling me that my recommended level is 35 to 45 if the boss is level 50?
Right. Jesus.
It's I don't know. There's just so many things and little stuff in this game that is symptomatic of the larger development problems that this game went through, where it's clear there was a lot of backtracking and sidetracking and changes and stuff, and systems that were added and systems that were removed and systems that were moved around, and it stuff that stayed in that was probably connected to other stuff that didn't stay in. It's just it's disappointing because this could have been a really, really good game. With the characters and the dialogue. Some of the dialogue's very, very good, and the overall sort of arc of the story is good. This could have been a really good game, if it hadn't gone through development hell for the last 10 years. That sort of left some pretty jagged edges on it, I think.
I want to say that
so
I don't.
Jagged Edge, by the way, another
We're hitting all of them.
I just really want to say I don't think I've ever heard so much negativity around a game is going to be on 2 people's top 10 lists.
Yeah, right? The thing is like there are things that it does very well. Like the environments are great.
Yeah.
They all look fantastic, but the problem is you're in the same ones over and over and
Yup.
over and over and over again.
Yep.
Like
The
Dragon Age
character
2.
yes, it's got more scope than Dragon Age 2, but yes.
Sure, but like it's
Um,
a similar thing.
yeah. The characters all look great. They're all voiced well. The dialogue is pretty much all well written. The companion quests are great, but there's not enough differentiation between different things in the main quest. Like there's
Yeah.
no matter what you say about the game, there's always something in that system that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
There's like three things in it that are for every system or piece of this game that you touch. There are like three things that are really good and two things that really fucking suck. Um, and so on the whole, you end up with a very good game that is annoying because there's so many little things that they could have done so much better. It's weird. It's the I have trouble reconciling my feelings about the game. And it doesn't help that I'm a huge fan of the series, right? So some of this stuff is always stuff that I was going to be more nitpicky about than other people. But some of it is just flat out, not learning lessons from other games that have tried to do the same thing that this game's trying to do.
Facts. Yep. But it is. I mean, it is going to end up on my list.
Holy shit!
It's still chuckling, man.
Like I understand.
Know, it's crazy.
No, I understand Wombat's list because Wombat has played like 10 games, like total this year. So that makes sense to me. Like you've
That's
played.
Not true. I've got like 16 or 17 games that I played this year.
I have played hella stuff, but
somehow
I've not
this
had
game
a lot
you've
of
complained about so much is going to make your list.
I know. Well, listen. Like I said, I'm still working on my list. I'm not quite done. I got a bunch of stuff named, and I think it's going to make it just because when I look at all of the stuff I played, like I'm I don't know, like all the negative stuff that it does, it still is doing better than some of the other. I don't know. Just leave me alone, okay?
The game would still get probably a 7 to 8 from me. It's
I'd give it an 8.
All the stuff is because the foundations of it could be so good, it makes the stuff that's not stand out.
Well, and you know what's funny? Because we'll talk more in a couple of weeks, but man, it fills a lot of holes that this is missing. Like we'll talk after the show, but man. Yeah, so it's wild, but no, it's gonna make my list. I think it's gonna be near the bottom. Like it probably will be number 10. Like it's not gonna be in the top 5 for sure.
It should set. I think this game I think makes it clear what we talked about a couple weeks ago, where there's a difference between games that are made by people who are passionate about a subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that the folks who ended up making this game weren't passionate about it, because I'm sure they were, but they're also picking up strands of stuff that the people who created the stuff that they're picking up the strands of aren't there anymore.
Right.
And I think this game and some other things that we'll talk about over the course of the next 6 to 8 months will make it clear that even the big giant franchises that you love started out as passion projects for a handful of people. And once those people move on, you kind of find that a lot of the stuff you liked about the series goes with the people, not with the series.
Man, I can tell you, Dragon Age will be on my list, but will not be on a number.
I was about to say, look now, you're right. I don't think I actually thought about it that way. But yeah, you're right, and that happens a lot with the series.
It happens a lot.
Yep. I'm just looking back at the ones that I've enjoyed, that the creators and different people that really held that passion that moved on and done other stuff, and then you find that kind of soul of what was in the other one, and that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's easy, I think, for people to forget that even the games from EA and Ubisoft and some of these massive corporations that make these games that have massive advertising budgets and all that stuff, there are behind them individual people that built whatever those franchises turn into. And I mean, if you look at, I think another sort of great example is probably like Respawn, right?
Oh yeah.
You look at the because the guys who founded Respawn were from Infinity Ward, right?
Yep.
And they worked on Call of Duty, and then they leave, right? And think about how much people love the two Titanfall games and Apex, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they love them for the same reasons that they loved those, Infinity Ward games. It's there's something to be said, especially now as the medium gets more corporate and franchise focused. There's something to be said for following the creators instead of the franchises. And I think we're going to see a lot of that this year, because former BioWare folks have at least 2 major games coming out this year that I think are going to surprise a lot of people who haven't really been paying attention to them.
Wasn't one of them canceled?
I don't think so. Not one of the ones I'm talking about. One of them comes out in a couple weeks.
No, I know that one, but
one of them is Exodus, which is the Matthew McConaughey
all right.
game that was on the Game Awards.
Yeah.
It's possible another former BioWare game got canceled, but it's not one of the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah, we had that news like 2 weeks ago or something that one of the studios that was like a super group from BioWare and a couple other studios, like they shut down. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember that, but I believe you. But I mean, Exodus looks really good.
Man, doesn't it?
And Eternal Strands also looks really good. So
it does.
I think those games are gonna prove something over the next year, but we'll see. I could be wrong.
We'll talk about that another time.
Well, I mean, look at another one to look at is Immortals: Phoenix Rising, right? And how many people love that game? And it was, now granted they're all in the same studio, but it was Assassin's Creed people that made that game.
It's almost like you're right. It's almost like if you want to make a good game, you should make a good game.
Yeah.
And
I liked Immortals.
You shouldn't have to make crap.
I liked Immortals too. I never went back and finished Immortals, but I liked Immortals. It was good. It had some stuff that was a little annoying too, but
I love that game. I finished it, but I did not finish I did not finish the DLC. I finished the main game, but I did not finish the DLC.
Oh, nice! You finished the main. You know what? I restarted because I had the gold edition or something, and one of the DLCs, like you're like in a new land with a whole new.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't finish.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's why I played that one. That one was pretty cool. Like, it was
I finished that main
game.
Enough. Like I fucking love that game.
That was the Odyssey people, right?
Yep, same team.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry, Terrence.
No, you are good. I'm looking at my list. I played Marvel Rivals, of course. The new season started. People are playing healer just because. I
saw the screenshots of like 6 healers. I was like, ha! It's happening again. New character. Everybody's gonna pick it.
Yeah, that's what happens. I mean, you can only have one of each character, but yeah, everybody insta-lock. Well, it's weird. I have some matches where everybody insta-locks the new character, and then some where like nobody picks them at all, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, well shit, I'll try him. Like, because I was playing with Mr. Fantastic. Man, he's good. Like he definitely could double as a tank, because he has a crazy amount of survivability. And then Sue she's a healer. I mean,
nobody's playing her for the healing. Just saying.
No, they're not. They're paying. Well, and that's only if they buy that fucking Malice outfit
They
where they
still don't
literally
care.
have her
They're
in a
still-
thong.
It's Marvel Gooners. Is you're welcome to the club.
It's crazy because I remember when, I'm old enough to remember when Blizzard was like, oh God, Tracer is showing her ass and turning around, looking at the camera. We can't have this. We have to change that stuff. You remember?
Yeah, but it didn't stop.
Now,
it didn't stop the people online.
No, absolutely not. It's just funny that, they thought that was too much. And now, Stellar Blade and Marvel Rivals has Sue Storm with her ass cheeks flapping while she's healing. Like, it's fucking crazy how did we get here? Like, it's fucking crazy.
I will take you on a journey and show you how we got here, and you will not like it.
Listen, I'm pretty sure I know how. I don't want to go. I don't really want to yeah, I'm good.
This has never changed. Can we go back to the marketing for Dead or Alive 3?
Oh, well, yeah, that's right. That's true. Well, I guess
she kicks high.
Yeah, well, okay, but that was a Itagaki thing too, wasn't it? Like, wasn't that?
No, video games were. It ebbs and flows.
I know there were other people, but like, wasn't he like known for like, like he wanted the jiggle physics? And,
of course, he's
all that shit. Like,
he's one of those. Yeah,
I haven't heard from him in a while. I don't.
That's because he can't.
Well, NFTs or some shit.
He did Devil's Third, and then he tried to do another game, and nobody picked it up. And like, yeah.
Oh well. But yeah, they play in Rivals for the TNA, which is they're playing healers, I should say, for the TNA, because that's where. But yeah, so but like I still, but I go ahead. What'd you say, Ryan?
I was just gonna say that the I didn't even know what you guys were talking about. So I looked up Sue Storm Marvel Rivals, and the first thing that comes up is one of the anti-woke brigade saying Sue Storm saved Marvel Rivals.
Yep.
Yeah, because it needed saving. It was doing poorly.
Like this, you are fucking pathetic,
bruh.
That is seminal loser behavior.
And that is what it's very similar. And I guess it's because Rivals is from a Korean or Chinese. I'm not sure where NetEase is from.
It's Chinese.
Okay, Chinese. And I know that Chinese culture puts a very high, regard on beauty. Like it's a cultural thing. It is what it is. That's why, Stellar Blade and
that's Korean.
Whatever.
You're thinking of Korean.
All of them do that. Like, whatever. Like, that's just, if you really think about it, whatever. God dang it. Now, my point is that these losers are like running wild with this. And it's almost the same thing like I was saying before. Blizzard had to tone down, you know what I mean? That kind of sex appeal, which I don't even think there was anything wrong. Like, I remember that.
Oh, that's changed.
Pose.
They still doing some things.
Oh, have they reverted kind of to that? Okay. See, I haven't played since I was playing.
They know. Let me just say they know what they're doing.
Okay. So it's not as overt and in your face as
it's more subtle. Like, yeah, we're not going to put shoes on this character. You get where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, we're fucking weirdos. They're not real.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's what's like. These are fucking comic book characters, like, or fictional characters. Like, y'all are lusting after the wrong thing. Like, for fuck's sake. Anyways, you weird fucks. I think that's all I've played. No, I played more stuff, but that's.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Oh, I played some more Metaphor. That game is really good. Still, I played some more Sonic Shadow.
I was so excited to go to my backlog, and then like stuff started coming out, and I got distracted. And
bro, that's what was happening. Like, I was playing backlog stuff, because I was like, oh well, I guess back on now. Stuff is coming out, so now we're playing review stuff, which is fine. But yeah, that's I want to go back to Disco Elysium. That's the one I keep looking at that I've installed. That game is so fucking weird. But like, I'm like, I want to get deeper into it, but like, I don't understand what I am. And if you ever played this game, that makes sense. Like at this point, I'm so confused, but it's super weird. But yeah, that's all I got.
I would love to tell you I play a lot of stuff, but I've had a hectic week and hectic weekend. So I have not had a lot of time to play much. My Botocera build broke. They've released a new version, and I went to update it, and it told me I didn't have enough space on my hard drive. Which I want to tell you, my Botocera is installed on an 8 terabyte, so I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Jesus Christ!
Like, I guess it allocates a partition for the Botocera, and for some reason it didn't allocate enough for the new update. So I don't know how to fix it, so I'm just gonna install it, and just because I make a backup of all of my stuff, so I will just have to transfer everything. Which, let's be fair, as Wombat and I have joked 1,000 times before, I'm going to have more fun rebuilding it than I will actually playing most of the stuff. So, I'll probably do that.
It's a tinker fest.
Yeah, I'll probably do that this week, because it's going to take a long time for me to transfer. Even over my network, it takes a while to transfer, 4 terabytes of data. Maybe that's going to take a little while. So I'm going to do that. What else did I do? So did I actually play anything of like relevance? I was trying to look. Like I didn't even install the indie games this week, so I have no idea what those are. Yeah, no, I didn't play shit. Like I was playing some Rock Band a little bit. Just I continue to try to get back to where I was. Like I'm playing on expert now, and some of that stuff is just killing me. But like I'm nailing up through like 3 or 4 stars or 3 or 4 difficulties. Like when I get into when I get into like 5 and Devil 5, like I can't do most of those.
Well, so since you completely skipped over me, I'll mention here that I tried to do Yarg.
Fuck is Yarg?
This week.
What the heck is that?
Yet another rhythm game is what it is, and it's basically a Rock Band clone on PC. Comes with some non-copyrighted music. There are ways to add additional songs to it. I'm not going to get into that on this podcast. But I'm surprised, Ken, that you haven't messed around with it, because it would incorporate your two favorite pastimes, which are Guitar Hero games and fiddling. It requires Yarg specifically. So I played 2. I'll say I played Yarg and I played Clone Hero.
I looked into Clone Hero this weekend.
So Clone Hero is much less fiddly, but it's also less feature rich. It's easier, I think, to add songs to and stuff, and it's a little more user friendly. It does not have pitched vocals. So if pitched vocals is something that you want to play when you're playing, Rock Band or Guitar Hero or whatever with people, you're not going to be able to do it on Clone Hero. Yarg does have support for it, but it's a lot more fiddly to get like Rock Band style song files uploaded to the thing. So I don't know. I've got a little more fiddling to do with it, but you should look into both of them, Ken, because I think they would scratch an itch for you, both of them.
I think my biggest issue is that it's on PC. And
it's true.
Sitting down at my desk to play something like that, like I would probably enjoy fiddling with it, but like sitting down to play it, I don't know.
Run an HDMI cord to your television. You got a television right there in your office.
I have done
that. I've literally been saying that for years.
Well, and they both menu control with the guitar, or whatever instrument you've got plugged in. So it's just like playing on a console. You just control it with the guitar.
Sure, once you boot it up. Like, sure. There's things that like I've done it before, and I've hooked up the PC to the TV, and like this is my thing with PC gaming, and I know everybody's like, "Oh, it's so much easier now," but like half the time, like something will happen where it like locks up, or it glitches, or it switches to another window, and it's like, God damn it, I gotta get up, go over here. Like, it just, the inconvenience drives me crazy. And half the time, to get the cord over there, I've got to use like a really, really long cord, and you can't get like high quality HDMI cables that are super long. So like when I run the cord to the TV, like half the time the TV gets confused because the cord is kind of shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I got to buy a switcher because I can't, like, I'm not going to get behind my computer and change the HDMI cable out every time.
Man, a lot of this feels like just super nitpicky stuff. You can just say you don't want to try it. It's fine.
Oh,
I listen. I wasn't going to say it. Nigga.
Listen to these motherfuckers.
I don't want to have to plug another cord into the back of my computer.
Right. It's because as he's talking, I'm literally in my office right now looking. Well, my cable runs just fine from here to here, and I've been in his office. It's about the same size. I got a wireless keyboard sitting next to me and a wireless mouse. I don't have to get up. What is he talking? So listen, you know what? It's cool.
We played Rock Band 2 on New Year's Eve. And I had an Ethernet. I had an Ethernet cord running from my bedroom into the living room because the Xbox 360 doesn't have wireless.
That's right.
And all my Rock Band instruments except one guitar are wired. So I had wires all over the fucking place. But
I mean, if you want to live like a caveman, that's fine. I prefer things to be clean.
I don't need a perfectly clean setup to play something a couple times when people come over to have fun.
Well, you and I,
like a big group of y'all?
There was not a huge group, just a couple. A friend of mine, his wife and her sister, came over, and we just took turns playing Rock Band, and everybody, took turns on the instruments and took turns singing, and it was a good time.
We should throw a party, Ken. You bring your Rock Band with all the instruments.
I only have a guitar.
We haven't done a Rock Band party in a long time.
Oh, I thought you had all of them.
No, I only have the guitar. That's all I play is the guitar. Like I play the drums a little bit. I can't sing for shit, but that is what it is.
The drums I never actually played. I never got to try the drums. I could do the singing and I could do the guitar, but I never played the drums.
Am terrible at the drums. I feel you cannot. I have in my life played a whole handful of different instruments. And if you put me in front of some sort of stringed instrument or some sort of organ or piano or something, within a couple minutes I feel pretty comfortable. You put me at a set of drums, and I gotta tell you, it's like my entire body forgets how to work. You've
literally got to move your arms and legs independently. All four.
Yeah, I'm just not like that's not. And right, left hand independent stuff. You have to be able to do that to play guitar or piano. But
sure.
Something about the drums, man. Just
when you include your feet and like all that, it's very very hard. Like I can do it. Like I can give you some bass. I'm no fucking Lars Ulrich over here, but I can give you some pretty basic drum beats, and that shit is complicated.
Yeah, like my kid's a percussionist, and so he likes the drums on Rock Band, and my wife also likes the drums on Rock Band. I just am content to let them take turns playing it because I am terrible at that instrument.
I feel you.
I gave up expecting to be able to be a percussionist like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's not my main thing, but I do have fun with it. It's also extreme. Like if you want to work out, play the drums.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So I'm not good at it at all, but like when I was younger, and I went to church, like I had to play drums at church. I don't remember what happened because some kid was doing it, and like I fucking got drafted and sent up there, and like they're like, all right, it was like a basic little 1-2. This is what it is. You just do this to the beat and whatever. And I'm like, okay. And like that is the most tiring. Like, my God. Like, God bless those drummers. Like, your leg is like, oh my God. Like, that's a lot. Like, shit.
Yep, it is. It is a very strenuous process. That is for sure. You will sweat.
Definitely.
So, so now ever since New Year's, we're on a quest. I keep looking at when we're in areas with GameStops or with other stuff. I keep looking for like Rock Band 3 on 360, or any of the other rock bands that were on 360.
You talk about the discs or the instruments?
Yeah, the discs.
I have all of them. I have
My instruments still work perfectly fine.
like if I had a 360 guitar, which I have the Explorer, but I think it's broken. I have Metallica, AC/DC, 1, 2, and 3. I think I have a copy of the Beatles. Like I have all of those discs.
Dang.
Yeah, I never owned Rock Band 3, so I don't have the keyboard peripheral either. Although I think you can use an actual like MIDI keyboard, can't you?
If you've
Who
got
that
that
DJ Hero?
thing, you got to buy
The
the
adapter.
adapter. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I owned ever Guitar Hero World Tour. I think I only ever played that at other people's houses.
That's
Was that the one on Xbox One? I think that's the one I have the disc for.
no. Xbox One only had 4.
Yeah,
Oh.
World Tour is the one that's like, isn't that the one that's the Guitar Hero that's like Rock Band?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh yeah.
I have that one
Yep,
too.
that's
I have
right.
a disc for that. I have
Um,
all the discs. They're in a sleeve
but-
somewhere.
At some point, I was smart enough to download my DLC, the DLC I already owned for Rock Band 2, to the system before they shut all that down. Although you still have to be connected to the internet, which is why I have an Ethernet cable running to my Xbox 360, which is just the stupidest fucking shit. Why, if it's already on my system and the ability to connect to the Xbox store on 360 doesn't even exist anymore, why do I still need to run an Ethernet cable to my system to play a game?
Right.
Man,
But-
you're trying to figure out why a console from 2005 needs some fucking hacking to work.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is I am told, I haven't looked into this yet, but I'm told there's a way you can modify your 360 to be able to add songs to these games, to basically be able to add them just like you would have added them via DLC straight to your drive.
Yeah.
But I haven't really looked into that yet.
There's a lot of soft modding on the 360 now.
Yeah, at some point maybe I'll look into that.
Considering the store is dead and you can't download anything, why the
Yeah,
fuck
right.
not? You know?
Why not?
That's all you
Right.
can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that system is just like I've got mine hooked up just literally so I can play shit that's not available on Xbox One.
Right.
But like, there's no reason for me to connect to the internet unless I want to download something from that god awful. The only way you can download shit now is to go through your like purchase history,
Yeah.
and mine, everything is on there. So all of the fucking Pizza Hut avatars that you got,
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is there,
Yep. It's a pain in the ass.
and
For
it
sure.
crashes constantly.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
fuck all that. Like, just mod the bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to look at. Although if I do that, I definitely want to make sure I get the Rock Band 3 disc because I think I think Rock Band 3 is the one that has the, like, people are still tracking songs for Rock Band 3. Like they're still building Rock Band 3 DLC songs. Individual people are. And Yarg supposedly can use those, but there's some goofy conversion you got to do. And when I try to use the conversion software, my computer sends about 600 messages telling me that it's a virus and I should delete it immediately. So it's like I said, it's a fiddler's dream. You should enjoy it, Ken.
I managed to get, like, right when it was like on the last day, I managed to purchase the transfer. So I transferred all of Rock Band 3 into 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So my Rock Band 4 DLC is like at 468 right now.
And Rock Band 4 is the Xbox One, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but the problem is none of my fucking instruments work on that.
No, you
Which
got to
is
buy
so
the new one.
Well, no, even you mean the new instruments?
Well, the new guitar. They made a new guitar.
Right. Well, my drums don't work.
No, the drums do not
So,
work unless you buy that fucking stupid expensive adapter.
well, but that adapter only works for the wireless drums. It doesn't work for the wired drums.
That's crazy. Why can't the drums just plug in? They're USB.
And I could not tell you, but if you look at the like chart for Rock Band 4, the wired drums aren't supported. Which doesn't make any sense to me because by all rights, I should be able to use a regular game controller to control every instrument in that game. Because all it is hold this button and move this button.
Yeah, you can play any
Like,
of
it's
those
just,
games with like a controller if you mod it. Yeah.
yeah. So it doesn't make any sense that none of those instruments would just work like a regular controller. But I guess that was what Harmonix did to make sure that people kept buying new instruments.
Yeah, and now they're all in landfills.
With your PSVR
With
headset.
your VR,
Damn right.
yeah,
Damn right.
yep.
That's where it belongs. No, I'm just kidding.
Some rat is out there having the best life right now.
No, he's not. There's
he's
nothing to
VR.
play. He already beat
VR.
Astrobot. There's nothing left.
He's playing Rock Band on VR.
Right,
Dude, if they made Rock Band in VR, I might buy a VR.
They did make Rock Band in VR. That's something that actually exists.
I did not know
I'm not
that.
just making that up.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that either.
Maybe it's either Rock Band or Guitar Hero. One of them has a VR. Hold on, now I gotta look.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that shit
man,
ain't
too.
supported no more.
Yeah,
So.
Rock Band VR, specifically designed for the
Holy
ground up
shit.
from VR and Oculus Touch.
Was it got like
Yeah.
12 songs?
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm looking. 60 outstanding playable tracks come with it. It says Rock Band VR works best with one of the following Rock Band 4 compatible guitar controllers.
Yeah,
You
it
can
looks like
use
it's only guitar.
Yeah, it is.
The thing that drove me nuts about Rock Band towards the end is they started adding shit on there that like, cause I'm just like straight guitar player, and you putting like fucking techno and rap on there, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I will say that it's you don't really think about how much the polygonal band playing the song adds to the experience until you play one of these clones and it's either like a static picture of the artist or it's just like a black void that your highway is laid over top of. But the band playing in the background adds a significant amount, I will say.
Oh, 100%. Like, one of the coolest things is, and Guitar Hero did this, was really good at this, was like specific band stuff. So like, if you remember when, like how hard it was to get Tool into one of these games, and then when they did like special backgrounds for their songs.
Yeah.
Like, that was super cool.
Yeah. I just discovered, by the way, that the drums that came with Beatles Rock Band had a big facade on the front of it that looked like the Beatles bass drum. Yeah. I just discovered that when I was looking.
I remember the time in our lives when those things were like laying at Walmart and nobody wanted them.
Yeah.
And now you dream of finding one of those now.
I can't tell you how much I wish I had snapped up all that stuff when it was cheap as hell because nobody wanted it anymore.
Yeah. Like that and Skylanders and all that stuff, and now like you look back at it.
Now so Skylanders we did. we picked up almost all of those when they were super cheap. One year for Christmas we were my kids still loved Skylanders and we were at Toys R Us and they had a ton of Skylanders for like $2 a piece. And we probably bought 25 of them. Just because he still loves Skylanders and they were, clearly discontinuing them. So I think we've had enough of a lull from the plastic bullshit. I would love for them to release a new affordably priced Rock Band with updated instruments.
Did you see the weirdest thing? So they made the Riffmaster, which was the new guitar. But I guess like Hyperkin like found a bunch of old Wii guitars and they're re-releasing them. I'm like, that's a weird pull.
You know what's funny though is I'd say because I know personally a lot of folks who aren't super into games but loved Rock Band and Guitar Hero, and almost all of them owned it on the Wii.
But do they still?
Most of them no. Several of them yes. I was just at a friend's house the other day and they had their Wii Rock Band drums and guitars in the basement. I saw when we were over there. So
they just released a new guitar. Well, it's the shell from the old guitar, but like it's out there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the install base on Rock Band Wii was pretty high because that's the console that a lot of casual people who were interested in Rock Band already owned. Most of those folks didn't own a 360 or a PlayStation.
Yeah, that's
they
fair.
Sure had a Wii.
I tell you what, though, the fact that Harmonix has been relegated to making that fucking shitty Fortnite Rock Band thing, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
That thing is terrible.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
I couldn't even get it to work.
Terrible.
Like I couldn't even get it to work. Like
I heard that you're not missing anything, even if you get it to work.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I'll just go play Rock Band.
What's frustrating to me is that they any of these new things that come out, they seem to only care about the guitar. And man, a lot of the folks that I used to play with always wanted to play drums, and nobody worries about drum support anymore.
I think it's I think it's like a lot of people like to do it, but nobody's gonna pay for it because it was expensive to do the drums.
It was, yeah. I think the whole kit was like $200, wasn't it, when first Rock Band came out?
When you bought it, you got one guitar, the drums, and a microphone with the game for like $200, I think.
I think that's about right.
Which is crazy. I think the Beatles
I'd
one
pay
was
that again.
$300 or something.
Yeah, I'd pay $200 again for an updated Rock Band on modern consoles with modern instruments.
Are you kidding me? I paid $130 for the fucking Riffmaster just because I needed a guitar. Shit, I'd pay it. You know?
Yeah. But man, I would love. I would also, while we're on this topic, love a new Skylanders, because I think there's folks our age who maybe don't have kids or don't have kids that are of an age that they were, interested in Skylanders when it was possible. I think there's a segment of people who either don't remember or never knew how freaking good those games were.
Oh, those games were great.
Like they weren't just like flop to sell toys. I mean, selling toys was obviously the goal, but they were actually very, very well designed games.
The first one was a lot like Diablo.
100%. Yeah, most of them were. And then they added some really cool stuff over the years. The
fucking vehicles at one point.
Yeah, they had superchargers that had the vehicles. We owned superchargers on Wii U because there were Nintendo exclusive Skylanders. I have a Bowser Skylander and a Donkey Kong Skylander.
They did that shit with what was the Star Fox?
That's
toy game.
We own that. We own that too. What is the name of that game? I'm gonna kick myself because I can't remember it. But yeah, it came with the Nintendo. The Switch version came with an R-Wing.
Mm-hmm. It had a full-on Star Fox mission in it.
Yeah, because it had Star Fox in it. Yeah.
That Ubisoft game?
Yeah, it was Ubisoft.
Yeah, I have that game. Hang on, I can't remember the name.
They were smart and made it like you could do all the shit digitally. So Starlink, yeah.
Yep, that's what it is. Yep.
That game's actually really good too.
That game is a lot. It's like a stripped down No Man's Sky almost. It's like.
Yep.
It's one of the Toys to Life games that was actually improved when they stopped requiring the toys.
Yep.
Because the toys were cool and they were very detailed, but they were a little more of a pain in the ass to work with than Skylanders.
100%. Because you could change the people, which would change the character that you had, and then the weapons that you had on the shit. Like, it was a lot. Yeah, it wasn't just taking it off and putting on the little portal.
Boy, those Lego ones were a giant pain in the ass.
Yes,
I liked the Lego
but
ones, but I like
I
Lego
enjoyed
shit.
that game. Yeah,
I did too.
Lego Dimensions is great. We had
Mhm.
all the expansions for Lego Dimensions. We got a lot of those guys too. Toys
I
to
got
Life
a
was a
lot of
big
them.
deal in my house there for a while.
Yeah, mine too.
I still think it's a cool idea.
Same.
And my son obviously loved it when he was of an age that stuff was cool. But I still even at what was I 30, 35 or something like that when those games started coming out. There was something cool about taking a toy that was in your hand, putting it on this thing, and then watching it pop into the game.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
Skylanders did the thing where they would talk to you through the portal because the portal had a speaker in it and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
those were neat.
Yeah. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough Toys for Life talk in our 2020
Reminiscing.
podcast.
Plastic video games.
Yeah, and it did junk up the house, but it was still kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've still got boxes of that shit somewhere. That and amiibos.
I don't
Well,
have any of those.
What was cool about the Bowser and Donkey Kong Skylanders is they doubled as amiibos. So they had a thing on the base that you could twist, and you could use them as amiibos as well as Skylanders.
Oh, that is cool. That is
Yeah.
awesome. I think I have a box of the Lego Dimension stuff because I opened it the other day. Some of the vehicles are still put together and like the minifigs are on the thing. Like I could probably set them up. And then I think I have 2 Disney Infinity. I have a
That
what's his
game
name?
was kind of meh.
We never got into that one. That was the
Yeah.
one Toys to Life thing that we never really got into.
You know what's crazy?
I did, but it didn't last long. But by the time it reached the 3rd version, which was the best one, they had finally like reached their stride. And then I think Avalanche closed, or I think that was when Disney was like, "Nope, fuck it, we ain't dealing with nobody else." Something happened, like licenses stopped or something.
You know what's crazy is Skylanders is one of the studios I've actually visited. I was there for the second game.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, those guys were very passionate about that game. It was very cool to see how they made the figures with their little printer.
Well, like we said, it came across in the product too. It was great.
They did a good job characterizing all those characters too. There's a reason they ended up getting a TV series out of that. Now, granted, it didn't run that long, but
it's fucking wild that game was spun off of Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a Spyro game. Yep.
And then soon Spyro was forgotten. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
they added Crash into it at some point, and just like
it
was weird, man.
Yep. I have the Crash Skylander and the Spyro Skylander.
I had the Spyro ones. That was the reason I got it. That was the reason. That was what drew. Like the toy thing was neat, but like I was a Spyro fan, and like I had my kids at the time. I was like, oh, we're gonna play this, and then soon after, I think the second one Spyro wasn't even on it.
No, the first one is Skylander Spyro's Adventures, and then the second one was Giants.
Yeah. Okay.
And there were some cool Giants figures too.
There
because they were bigger than the rest of them. Yeah.
Yep.
But the Spyro, I remember there being some backlash because the Spyro from Skylanders doesn't look like the Spyro from Spyro the Dragon. Like the character design's a little different.
Yep, he changed. Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I was just hyped that it was Spyro and something. Like that was where I was at.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people do too much. It was really.
Agreed. Yeah.
I can't.
Sorry, Ken.
Anyway,
you played some games?
No, not really.
Oh.
I didn't skip over you, Wombat. I thought you talked so much about Dragon Age. I thought you'd already went in my brain.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
No, you're right. I muted you in Discord. I'm like, fuck this guy.
Damn.
Do you have anything else?
All he's going to talk about is Dragon Age and Balatro.
Oh, God, fucking Balatro.
Yeah, I played some Balatro this week too.
Jesus
I'm nowhere near John Whitehouse in terms of Balatro.
Yeah, that's
that man goes
approaching
in
70 hours.
Do you want to see something insane? Look at his time in what's that fucking
Tropico?
No. The baby rogue game. What's that thing called?
Oh, the
Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
He's got a ton of time.
He's got like days in that game. It's fucking crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, so I played a decent amount of Balatro. I've finished all the decks on white difficulty. Now I'm going back through and trying to finish them on on red difficulty. So yeah, that game is so good. It's unbelievably good, and it's unbelievable how much it's climbed my list in the last 2 weeks. In terms of game of the year, but it's an exceptionally good game.
That's what's up.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I haven't played anything else.
All right. Well, I can tell you a little bit about Dynasty Warriors because the embargo's up tomorrow morning. My review will not be live. I will tell you that. That's some Dynasty Warriors. Like,
oh, thank God.
If you had a checklist of Dynasty Warriors, you would have like thousands of people that you hit and they all have the same animation. We got that. We're good. You got the butt rock that plays while you're killing people. We got that. We're good. You've got the yellow turbans. We got that. We're good. We don't have fog. So there is that. The English voices are atrociously fantastic. They're so bad.
I was happy that they were there because the one thing I don't like about those types of games, is when you don't speak the language, you can't. It's so much stuff happening. You don't have time to read the subtitles, so I'm missing conversations and stuff. So I was excited to see that and I figured it was going to be bad, but that just kind of adds to it.
That's what I'm saying. Is like it's atrociously fantastic. Like. Mm-hmm. Just hearing these guys talk and the robot delivery that comes out of the cutscenes. Holy shit! There's a lot of cutscenes in this game. My God,
the demo has a lot of them.
Dude, there's like so much story going on, and I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, this is like a crazy amount of story.
Well, I have a question. So, since you played the full version, you create your character, right? This is like
I didn't get to create my character, at least not yet. Like, it's this one dude with a sword. Like,
oh, okay, but what I mean by, I guess, okay, so you don't create them. I thought you could speak.
You get to name him. That's about it.
Okay, but you weren't initially a part of the Yellow Turban Rebellion.
No, I met them on the battlefield.
You're like a mercenary.
Yeah, I met them on the battlefield and impressed them with my skills of pressing the X button 4 times in a row.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, that's Dynasty Warriors gameplay. You press the X button 1, 2, 3, or 4 times, and then end it with a Y, and then you got your dodge and your parry. You know, it's
I don't know. You just have a way, and maybe Ryan and I was doing the same thing with Dragon Age, but you just have a way of describing things, like oversimplifying it to a degree where it's like, well, goddamn, man, Jesus Christ! Like, are you a fan of Dynasty Warriors? Do you like Dynasty Warriors?
I've liked some of them. I think some of them are a little rote. Like they're kind of the same thing.
Say rote.
Rote.
It's a good word. All right, interesting.
But the thing with Dynasty Warriors that makes this one work is it's been so long since there's been one of these.
Right. So it feels.
And the last one was trash.
Yes, it was.
It's like, it's nice to get back to that. I just, like, I love Hyrule Warriors because it's Zelda-themed Dynasty Warriors. Like, I like the concept of Dynasty Warriors where it's
I like both of those.
Yeah, where it's like, you can just play and like, shut your brain off and just do stupid stuff. Like, that's fun. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they're still trying to, like, shoehorn in a lot of stuff that like, the story stuff doesn't really interest me at all. Like, I feel like we've done this story 1,000 times. Yeah, we're fighting pushbacks, the Yellow Turban Rebellion, blah, blah, whatever. Mm-hmm. And in this game, they, like, they're really trying to, like, build bonds between the characters. I know some people are down for that, but, dude, I'm just here to, like, throw up 1,000 dudes in the air.
Kill
with
100.
My crazy...
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm here for.
I feel it.
I did... Optimization is not key for this team because, like, so this is crazy. It has a full-on, like, prioritize graphics, prioritize resolution, whatever bullshit. If you lock it to 60 frames a second, it's got some really weird jitter, like stuttering. But if you unlock it to 120, it runs better. And I don't know how that works. Like,
Okay.
it doesn't make sense to me in my brain. And also the HDR is kind of broken. Like when I turned it on, it got real bright and like washed out. I was like, this kind of looks like shit. Like performance-wise, it's not the greatest. But it is still a lot of fun, and it has the typical like, the more you use the weapon, it levels up kind of deal. You now collect like I don't know if this has been a thing. Most of the time, you just pick up like health regen on the battlefield, but now you have like a stock of sticky buns.
Yeah, that's new to this because I noticed that in the demo. I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
We're putting a little souls in here, you know. A little...
I like the. Have you run up against any of the like had a duel with any of the commanders or whatever? Like it had like the. Well, you haven't played that long, so I don't know how much they've.
I played through like the first 3, so like the like I don't know if the demo had this, but like the levels are like you're a giant in this like mini map that you walk on. And then like
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
It's kind of like it's almost like a Final Fantasy overworld where like you're bigger than everything else kind of thing.
Oh,
and you walk between it, and there's like what do they call them? Like teleport points where you can hit it and you can teleport back there. And like when you go into the mission, you either get a cutscene or you do the prepare for battle thing where you set up your strategy and all that stuff. It's like. It's an interesting concept and it's a fun game, but at the end of the day, I'm just here to like fucking mow down thousands of dudes that look exactly the same.
For sure. I got you. Yeah, it does. I mean, that was the highlight for it for me. I liked the extra flourishes that they've added, like the, you know, kind of having a duel in the middle of a battlefield, like because your troops will surround you while you're fighting, and like it literally you each get a health bar, and it turns into a one-on-one fight, like a between you and this guy now. And then you can run across like in the demo, because the demo really is just one battle, for real. And like there's a bunch of cutscenes, like there is no moving on an overworld map or anything, but a bunch of cutscenes, and then they let you kind of change stuff of the character. Like there's a bunch of weapons to choose from, different types and stuff. You can pick your partner, like who you take out with you in the field or whatever, and then you fight the mission. You can come across Lubu out there.
Of course.
Who I never beat that nigga. Oh God. So, you know, he's in this game, which is, I've seen some people fight him and they took no damage. I was like, damn, y'all go ahead. Oh man. But no, I'm here. Like you said, I just want to kill thousands of people. Like I love seeing, oh man, I've killed 1,500 guys. Let's even get to 2,000. Like, I don't know. Like that is fun. I think we've seen the Yellow Turban Rebellion story enough times that I think we're good. That's why I was curious if you created a character or how they were going to do it, because this story has been told 50 bajillion times. So I figured how they were going to do it. And I guess it's now you're like an outsider who's coming in and watching, you know, participating in all this stuff rather than actually taking control of Liu Bei or one of the other forces. But okay.
Yeah, the fact that you get to name them just basically means like this is somebody else.
I got you.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, if you enjoy Dynasty Warriors, it's back to form, which is a good thing, I think.
I love Dynasty Warriors, so I'm super excited.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. Hopefully they clean up some of the technical stuff, because it's really weird. Like Lock 60 should just be Locked 60. I think it's just I don't know. It's just weird.
It ran on Steam Deck too. Like it didn't. I don't know, Ryan. Because is yours docked, Ryan? Did you play it on your Steam Deck?
I tried to play it undocked, and it did not. I could not get it to work, at least not consistently. So,
gotcha.
I ended up playing the demo on Xbox, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm sure that you could get it to work with some fiddling. But I did not fiddle enough with it.
Yeah, I fiddled with the demo and I played through it on undocked. So like in, you know, handheld mode. It worked. Like it was ugly, you know, of course, but I mean but then playing on the Xbox, I was like, damn, okay. Like there's the draw distance and stuff was obviously a lot shorter on the Steam Deck than it handheld, but yeah, I definitely am excited for that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, go
well,
ahead. What else you play?
No, that's it. I didn't play anything else.
Oh shit. Okay.
I was going to segue into, well, speaking of, what's out this week? It's Dynasty Warriors Origins, which has the stupid edition for the 72-hour early access. You can buy that tomorrow. And then the regular game comes out on the 17th, which was that Friday? Or something like Thursday or Friday?
17th is Friday. Yeah.
Also out this week on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5 is what I'm on, is Professor Dr. Jetpack. It's my favorite Professor Doctor.
Hell yeah.
Sin Duality, Echo of Ada. Things Too Ugly.
What is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Some ugly shit. I don't know. Vanity Fair, The Pursuit, and Tales of Grace's F Remastered.
A remake of a Tales game. Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
also have that game, but I have not played much of it.
Gotcha.
Truck and Logistics Simulator, Ark and Age. Oh shit, I did play something else I forgot about that came out. Not much of it, but I got the ease. What is that? The fucking. The name is like on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it. It's a remaster of an old Ease game, which I like the Ease games. The Fate of Felghana or something like that, I think is what it's called.
Ooh, child. Yeah, I don't know what that is. You need Anthony. That's what you need.
I probably, or Jay. I need Jay. That's who I need. I need Jay. But like, yeah, I played like an hour of that, and like I got stuck because it doesn't tell you where to go. Like, I literally walked everywhere I could walk. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I'm too old for this no arrow pointing bullshit. Where do I go? Anyway.
You know, that's... Well, I just thought about that. We'll talk about that. Go ahead.
What else we got? Ark and Age. Dread Out Remastered Collection. Morcall Ragast's Rage. I think I said that right. Yeah, those are definitely words. PS4, we're at that point. There's nothing here. Xbox One, same thing. There's nothing here. Other than a couple games I've already mentioned. It's crazy to think that, like, we're finally getting to the end of these Xbox One, PS4 consoles. Nintendo Switch, which... Say what? Oh shit. Okay. Block Blaster DX, Still Joking, a visual novel, Runny Bunny, which sounds gross.
What?
Yeah. I don't think I want to Google that. Sorry.
Right. Don't just leave it alone.
Soko Robot, Backrooms Inside the Escape, Blade Chimera, Cavern Adventures, Decoration Rush, District Evolution, Egg Console, Crimson PC 8801 MK2 SR.
Oh man, I've been waiting for that one.
Yeah, that's the one. Gods Vivers. I think it's that sounds like a Hinpidal. I'm struggling, man. HYNPYTOL.
Wow. Yeah, you good. You're about right.
Let's Aim Ring Toss, Shadows of Steam, Star Lair.
Toss game.
A ring toss game.
Dude, we have a calculator on the Switch. There's nothing else. It's just over.
Wow.
A ring toss game is like basically what you would get out of the Wii.
Yes.
Like the carnival game shit
on
the Wii.
Yep.
Man, they put carnival games on current consoles just recently.
What?
Is there really?
Yeah, it's an HD version of carnival games.
I did not know that. Wow. Okay.
What I said wow about is there's a Nintendo first-party game out this week, which is crazy. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD is out this week.
Forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Me too.
All right. Right on.
I'll play that. Shit, I love me some Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. All right, let's do some news. Yeah, we talked about this Jason Ronald shit. I'm not going into it. Yeah, they're making a handheld OS for Xbox. Cool. Move on. Let's see it.
Right.
Yeah.
New Game Pass games.
How about you start by making sure the Game Pass shit can work on Xbox?
This is true. Speaking of Game Pass.
Steam Deck.
Yeah.
No, I know what you meant. Yeah, Steam Deck. Yep.
Speaking of Game Pass, our first drop of the year is kind of disappointing. We got Lightyear Frontier, My Time at Sandrock, Robin Hood, Sherwood Builders, and Rolling Hills being added to Game Pass Standard. Then if you have Ultimate, you get 2 games. You get UFC 5 and Diablo. Yes, just Diablo.
Like the original Diablo?
The original Diablo for the PC.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Xbox Cloud Gaming is coming to LG TVs later this year. So,
Cool.
every 2 years you get another TV brand.
Oh yeah, I have an LG. Nice. I can test that out.
Oh, you'll play it once and be like, okay, that's fine.
That's
Cloud
exactly
gaming,
what's
all
going to
right.
happen. That's
Yeah.
exactly what's going to happen.
Microsoft changed their rewards program to now where you have like daily, once a day things where you play. Like this is all to say that it's only been running for a week and it already fucked up. I just want you to know that. So basically, you get a like a tick mark, like a repeat customer card for every day you play a Game Pass game. And mine didn't work on Thursday, so I missed the entire week.
Dag.
I played a game.
Well,
I played a game. Like it even showed up, and they had these little cards. Like it showed up there, and the thing didn't check, so I missed out on the weekly bonus because you got to hit all 7 days.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so
messed up.
fucking great. I love that this system works so well. Hyperkin announced a controller they're calling the Competitor, which is basically a DualSense for Xbox and PC. I'm sorry. I don't like symmetrical analog sticks, so I will never buy this.
I don't.
Xbox announced their developer direct, where we're going to see Doom: The Dark Ages, South of Midnight, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, and a brand new game from another studio. What could it be?
I don't know, but the internet is abuzz with rumors.
Of course it is. Which, speaking of, immediately after this was announced, guess what? Xbox insiders dropped a whole bunch of rumors. These included things such as Halo and Gears of War and Flight Simulator coming to PlayStation 5 and Switch 2. This also included rumors of Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth coming to Xbox in 2025 and 2026, as well as Switch 2. There's a rumor that Final Fantasy is going to shadow drop during the developer direct now too.
I saw that.
I don't know, man. What are we doing?
I mean, that's cool if it does. I don't.
I think we get.
But I mean, that's cool if it does.
I think for this developer direct, we're going to get release dates for those 3 games, though. I think Doom is probably May. I think maybe South of Midnight is sooner than we expect. Maybe we see that in March. And this Clair
cool.
Obscur game, it looks cool, but I have no idea when it's coming out.
That's the RPG one, isn't it?
Yeah, like the turn-based RPG. Reminded me a lot, like
Yeah.
visually, of like Lost Odyssey.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Yep.
PlayStation 5 announced the Midnight Black collection, releasing on February 20th. A bunch of shit about the Switch 2 came out of CES because a third-party company called Genki was showing off some accessories for it. They then got in trouble and got slapped by Nintendo lawyers and said, "No, that's not real. We were basing that off of leaks."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that means that's 100% real.
Oh,
And
100%.
that's what that thing looks like.
Yeah.
100%.
It's so funny because, like, why would you go into production for accessories off of a leak?
Right. Like,
Right.
when stuff like that happens, like, yeah, it sucks. I would just rather they just lean into it and be like, or they could have just said nothing and just let people just continue to go rampant. There was no reason for them to do whatever.
So
Like, whatever.
I saw a pretty So there was a guy who one of the leakers who leaked the PlayStation 5 Pro like announcement and release date, and he has given his leak of the Nintendo Switch announcement and release date, and it's real soon. So he says they're going to
within the next couple weeks soon.
Well, they're going to announce it on Friday this week, and it's coming out in March.
Oh, damn!
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's $400
right.
Canadian.
What
does that translate to? Is that?
I don't know. Because
less than 400.
So
less than, yes, that's what I was thinking. It's less than $400.
If the Switch 2 is $350, that's crazy. Like, because I expected it to be $400 to $500 is truly what I expected.
So if it's 400 Canadian, there's no way. You said 400 Canadian?
Yeah, that's what he said. 400 Canadian.
So right now, strictly dollar to dollar conversion, 400 Canadian is $277.
No way.
American. There's no way.
There's no way the Switch 2 launches at $299 because that's what they would make it is $299.
Yeah.
No way. My guess is Switch 2 is $400. That's my guess.
Yeah. If it ends up at $300, that's crazy.
Dude, that thing will sell out.
They'll sell 437 million consoles.
Oh, 100%.
You know what? But I would imagine that they're going to limit people to like one per person for whatever. So I mean, because I know they were really concerned about the scalpers or whatever. So maybe it will drop at that.
I just hope there's enough that I can.
Price.
I just hope that there's enough that I can buy one. That's always my anxiety. Is like I want one so bad. Like, just let me buy it. You know. Don't make me go through hoops or fight with people to order one. Just let me go on Amazon and pre-order it because I will give you my money. Like, that's just. They're making a Lego Game Boy.
Oh, I saw that. That's
Anybody
cool.
buy any of those? Like, they seem cool, but I've never bought one.
I have a friend that's a big Lego fan. He bought the Nintendo, or was it Super Nintendo? Whatever the one that had the Mario that like moves on the screen.
That's the Nintendo.
That's the Nintendo one, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he got that one.
The
he
NES.
Put that together.
What else we got going on? The U.S. has included Tencent on a U.S. government blacklist for companies believed to be connected to the Chinese military.
Oh, snap.
What do we got on here? And then, PlayStation announced a bunch of TV and movies, so they're making a Last of Us TV Season 2. It's coming in April. Columbia Pictures is working on a Horizon Zero Dawn movie. So fucking stupid. Sony Pictures is working on a Helldivers 2 movie.
We have that already.
Aniplex is
I don't know. I would watch a Helldivers movie.
Well, of course you would. I'd watch an Overwatch movie. You know, that's just the way it is.
I will watch it, but it's just I don't know what you would really make the movie about to be compelling. Like, I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
You follow a Helldiver.
A Helldiver?
Yeah. And you get all the propaganda videos and all that shit.
You know who it's going to star?
Somewhat unique take on propaganda. Casper Van Dien.
No, it's gonna be Glenn Powell because he's just everywhere.
Oh no, I thought the other white boy, what's his name? Timothy Chalamet. He everywhere.
Yeah, the Dune Chalamet.
Yeah.
Also Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, yeah, he played Bob Dylan.
Oh yeah. That is where I just saw him.
Timothy Chalamet.
The trailer.
Yeah, he's in. And Aniplex is working on a Ghost of Tsushima anime. Rocksteady's laying off more people because Suicide Squad.
God. Hey, while you're on the movie news, did you see that? Donnie Yen said that he's given up on the Sleeping Dogs movie.
Yeah, Sleepy Dogs.
I saw that.
No more movie. Makes me sad.
Yeah.
Splash Damage has canceled Transformers Reactivate. They're scaling down and refocusing, and there are also some layoffs in there.
I'm not surprised. We didn't hear about that game at all last year. Like, we had the little trailer, year before, and then that was it. So I'm not surprised that
Wallace and
it's
Gromit is coming to Power Wash Simulator. Like, what the fuck won't they wash?
Anything.
Your
Wash
balls.
them all.
That's the one thing that they will not wash. So that's
You don't know that.
to
Power
do that.
Wash Simulator, Your Balls Edition.
Your balls edition.
What else we got here?
You gotta upload a photo to their server. You can have photorealistic.
No, thank you. Tokyo Extreme Racer launches January 23rd. It's PC only, early access. There's a demo for the first Berserker Kazan coming out this week.
That? Oh, that's the... Yeah, go ahead. Never mind.
Yeah. House of the Dead 2 remake was announced. Exit 8 dropped on Xbox this week. It's like $4. Anthony loved it. You should check it out. Wayfinder got a release date finally on Xbox of January 28th. Sea Fantasy Xbox version's been delayed 6 months. 2K has shut down the servers of WWE 2K23. Amazon is finally canceling Mighty No. 9 3DS pre-orders and Metroid Prime 4 pre-orders.
Hilarious on Mighty No. 9.
Yeah. And then Assassin's Creed Shadows was delayed to March 20th.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Did you see that I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I don't know if it was real, but even if it's just a meme, it was funny. It said it was the Domino's Twitter account.
Yeah, I posted that in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, is that where I saw it? Okay.
Yeah, I posted it in the Discord.
Do you need help? Do you need help from us learning how to deliver something on time?
Hey, to be fair, Ubisoft responded with a picture of the two characters on a bike with a Domino's bag on the back. So they were playing. Nice. They were having fun with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I'll say the same thing I say every time a game delays. If it ends up making for a better game, that's great. I'm fine with the delay if the game ends up being better than it would otherwise.
100%.
Because I am looking forward to playing that. I just hope
I'm sure it's going to be a good game, but unfortunately, what they needed to do, I don't think it's going to do.
No, I don't think it is. But yeah.
All right. That's all the news I got. That's all the releases I got. I'm going to do a couple tweets and skeets here for y'all. So I'm going to put this in the chat. Somebody sent this to us. I want you to see it first, and then we'll talk about it. This came from Justin. He says, I found this relic the other day and thought I would send it to your podcast because y'all would appreciate it most. And it is an issue of TV Guide with Shenmue on the cover that says, "We've got games."
Oh.
I remember this.
So it was...
Wait. Is this the one from...
It had Shenmue on the cover and said, "We've got games." Who's got games?
We've got
TV
game.
Guide?
Sorry. Like, it's in the chat if you want to look at it.
This is it's like it says,
yeah.
"We've got game, big adventure, cool graphics. It's the ultimate guide to the latest in video and computer games."
And it's not just kid stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is one of 6.
I'm sorry, but if this is the game you put on the cover, you ain't got a game either.
Oh, for God's sake. Why are you such a Shenmue hater? Like,
because it's terrible. It's fucking trash.
It's not trash.
I like Shenmue.
I do too. Terrence, you and I are the only ones on this podcast that like Shenmue.
That's it. That's it.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry you can't take joy in petting a little stray kitten.
Right.
And driving a forklift.
Yep.
And searching for sailors.
Yep. Yeah. God dang it.
It all sounds so much fun. It's terrible. You know what's funny? What's funny about this, and this is ironic to the 10th degree, I'm the only motherfucker on this podcast that has beat all 3 fucking games.
No, you're correct.
You are
correct.
Yeah. That is never debated.
I have not played the third one. I will say
I have not either.
It is ass in a bag.
And see, that's why I have it, because I'm just like, God dang it, I don't want to play it.
Leave the memories alone.
Exactly. That's
But the
why
memories
I'm
are
like, well, I guess
bad
I'm done.
too. Shit.
But I had fun with those. At least I remember having fun.
It was your
So,
child
again,
brain that didn't understand what a good video game was, okay?
probably.
My child brain. I was like 20 years old when I played Shenmue. The
That's a
first one.
child, Ryan. I don't know if you understand this.
How old was I?
That's
Was
a
it the first-
child. The first one came out in 1990 or 2000.
99.
No,
I
it
thought
was
it was
2000.
99.
No, 99 was when the system
Oh,
came
that's
out.
right. That's right. Yeah. You're right.
So
Oh, that's yeah.
So I was
okay.
19 years old when I played it.
you
Yeah.
were a child.
Brother. Okay.
Dude, you
All
gonna
right,
tell me that a
anyway.
19-year-old is a grown ass man?
I am not, because I have my son is my oldest son is 19 years old, and I can tell you right now, he definitely is not a grown ass man.
That's what
So-
you understand when you get older. Is like when you were 19, you're like, I'm a grown ass man.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
when you have
definitely.
a 19-year-old, you're like, you ain't no grown ass man.
Listen, we talk about that all the time. Like, remember we was that age? He was like, yeah, I'm fucking grown. Nigga, you ain't shit. Like, it's just.
I will legitimately tell you that at 19, I was a fucking dumbass kid.
Definitely. I know I was. Oh my goodness. Oh.
All right, one more Skeet tweet and we get out of here. This comes from Peter, Ryan's friend Peter. It says, what game would you wish for based on an existing IP that is yet to be made? I would love to see a Mega Man Survivor game and a Star Wars vertical top-down shmup.
I like both those ideas. Let's see. Games that licensed games.
Based on an existing IP that is yet to be made.
Let's see. I could go for a Highlander game in the style of Bushido Blade.
Man, you ever played that Highlander game on the
wow.
Jaguar CD?
I have not, because I
have
never
not
owned a Jaguar CD, because I am just like 99.9% of other citizens of the world.
Yes, but, there are ways nowadays.
Sure.
It's awful. Don't play it.
You're kidding. A game on the
Right.
Jaguar is awful?
There's some good games on the Jaguar. It's got like three.
At most.
It's got like 3 good games out of 60. It'd be all right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I have no clue what to pick here.
I honestly don't know what I would want.
I would all the jokes that I've made. Somebody's fucking made them like a minute ago. I was like, what if they made a Garbage Pail Kids? Oh shit, they did.
Yeah, they made a couple of those actually.
Yeah, there's a brand new one that just came out like a year and a half ago. Man.
Damn, I really can't think of anything that I'm like, man, I really would like to play. I mean, there's a.
I'll tell you what I want. I want existing IPs to go back to being great, like fucking Mortal Kombat and fucking. Oh man, I'm beyond Dragon Age. Sorry, I know.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I need like. I'm starting to get bitter about it. Like, I still get excited when like a game comes back. Like, I was all for the Mass Effect trailer, and now I'm like, man, what if it sucks?
Yep.
Yeah. That's the
See,
fear, unfortunately.
I'm like excited that it's coming back, but I think, and maybe it's just because, we're getting older. I just look at that stuff as like, well, if I don't like it, at least I have the memories of, when I did, type of thing. Like, I'll just, and we'll interact with it like that. I don't know. I didn't even finish Andromeda, which I know it's not terrible. Andromeda's not a bad game. Like,
it's just kind of there.
Yeah, and that's why I haven't finished it, because it's just kind of like, man, I don't really know driving, whatever. And this new one, does it connect to it? Because that actually pushed me to do it.
I think it goes back to Shepard.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that. Damn.
Well,
okay.
Liara's in the trailer.
Oh yeah.
So
okay,
it's definitely going to deal something with Shepard.
Well, probably not with actual Shepard.
No, they're
well, see, and that's what I was thinking. Like, I was like, well, how is it going to be? But of course,
they'll resurrect Shepard's ass. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was going to say they were in the second one. Like, that was, with the whatever. Anyways, I'm hoping for the best. with this, with all the when they announce stuff like that.
That's where we are in life of video games now. It's like, I'm not excited anymore. I'm just hoping for the best.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's the way. I think though that's the healthiest way to be. I think the like crazy hype cycle for shit like this just inevitably leads to disappointment, right?
Agree.
I mean, that was one of, not the, but one of the issues with Starfield, right? Was just the hype cycle got out of control, and then there was no way the game was going to meet up with it, and then the game was kind of lame anyway. So, like, I don't know. I think the healthiest way to be is just say, oh, that looks neat. I'll play it and hope for the best.
Yep.
I just want to play. I just want to know when.
I also think, honestly, that all of us, and I'm including myself in this conversation, that all of us could be probably a little easier to please.
True. I definitely can cop to that.
I notice there's a large percent of the culture that for some reason, and I think it's because social media gave everybody the opinion, or gave everybody the ability to share their opinion with the largest amount of people possible. And some people decided that meant that they have an obligation to share their opinion with the largest number of people possible, and not just the ability. And everybody's chasing clout and all that stuff now, but as soon as anything happens, and you see it in the pro wrestling community, you see it in the video game community, you see it in the movie community, right? As soon as anything comes out that starts getting even a little bit of traction, you end up with a whole swarm of people who can't wait to tell you about how much all of it sucks. Even if they have to nitpick it to death to do so. And then you end up with a whole bunch of people following them to say, you know what, I kind of liked it, but now that I'm listening to all these people talk about how shit it is, I agree, it's kind of shit. And I have found that my enjoyment of any of the medium that I enjoy, but particularly pro wrestling and video games, is inversely proportional to the amount of time I spend on social media.
That's why I stay off of like Twitter and stuff for like game awards and like E3 shows, like, because it's just misery.
Well, the pro wrestling community is just the absolute pinnacle of this, because if you watch Dynamite, right? I'll watch Dynamite and stay off social media, because a lot of times they end up not being able to watch the show live. So I stay off social media so I don't get spoiled. And I'll watch the show the next day, and I'll be like, damn, that was a good Dynamite. I enjoyed that. And then I get on social media, and everybody's talking about all the stupid little stuff that they hated about it. And it's like, man, I didn't process any of that stuff at all. I just watched the show and enjoyed it. I think it's worse in the pro wrestling community, because in the video game community, when people complain about stuff, they don't often complain about it in a way that seems to suggest they would have been able to do it better. But because everybody knows pro wrestling's fake and scripted and booked, that community draws in people who not only say, this sucked, this sucked, this sucked, this sucked, and this sucked. It's, here's how I would have scripted it all to be better. And the film community does that too. It's like you gotta, the film community, I feel like, draws a certain amount of people who feel like they're, temporarily disgraced superstar directors, who, if they'd just been given an opportunity, would have been the next Steven Spielberg. And the pro wrestling community does the same thing, right? You have so many people in the community who, it feels like, only watch the show so that they can say, well, if I had ever had the opportunity to run my own wrestling promotion, it would have been much better than this.
Clearly. Clearly.
I guess I'm glad I don't interact with the wrestling community, because I have not seen an episode of Dynamite, and sometimes I watch the other shows. It's very rarely. Now I can go back and kind of watch the different matches. Like I was looking at, what's Saturday's? Collision?
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking at that last night. But Yeah, I'm glad I don't get to have that interaction with I didn't realize they were so Jesus,
Yeah,
jaded. I don't even
There's
know. Damn.
well, and it doesn't help too that the internet wrestling community has the identity of the internet wrestling community, and no community is a monolith, but the vast majority of the internet wrestling community has been sort of focused for decades on um, the the only commentary I know how to make is that all the people I like aren't getting pushed hard enough, and all the people that are getting pushed hard enough, I don't like them because they're getting pushed hard enough. Like that's been the
Ah.
genesis of that community
Mhm.
since 1998. It hasn't changed in 25 years, and I know because I've been in internet wrestling communities for 25 years. Um, and so when AEW launched, it was the same way with TNA, by the way, when TNA launched, because they were a promotion that was built from the ground up to appeal to the internet wrestling community.
Mhm.
All the people who are willing and able and desire to consume wrestling that way, where they're constantly criticizing who's being pushed, who's not being pushed, and what everything on the show that should have been different is, all those people started watching AEW, and all the people who are perfectly willing to just turn on the TV and be, fed something for 3 hours stayed in the WWE community. And it's crazy how at the same time the narrative turned into, man, WWE's so hot right now. Their fans all love the product, and half the AEW fans act like they don't even like the product. It's like, well, yeah, because all the internet wrestling guys who haven't liked wrestling, even though they watch it religiously for 25 years, started watching AEW and stopped watching WWE. It's the nature of that internet community. And I feel like video games goes through that sometimes too, where you have this sort of uh, backlash against whatever's popular. Um, it's something in geekdom, inherent in geekdom, I think, that because a lot of the geeky hobbies and pastimes and stuff were so niche for a long time, it's easy for that community to sort of be anti-popular, anti whatever's popular. And sometimes stuff is popular because it's good. Like
Right.
it's okay for you to like something that a whole lot of other people like, um, even if they don't know as much about the medium as you do. Um, I don't know. I feel like a lot of geekdom ends up devolving into the people who like this haven't been following the medium for 25 years, so I have to pretend like I don't like it because I'm not a sheep. I'm not you know, a basic fan. My
Yep.
fandom is better than yours, so I have to justify that by pretending I don't like any of the stuff that's popular. Music's real bad about that too.
Oh, of course.
Oh God. Yeah, I do see that type of stuff online, like on Twix, and not so much on Blue Sky.
Well, it's because
But yeah,
nobody's posted on Blue Sky.
Social media was a mistake.
It was.
it was. It really was.
For more than that, just reason.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the ability to communicate with people across vast distances is awesome, and
Mm-hmm.
building small communities and stuff like that is awesome. But everybody being able to shout out whatever comes into their head for 16 million people at any given time is just not conducive to healthy conversation.
Mm-mm.
Nope. But that's the world now.
Yep.
Anyway, that's it for this week.
Can you tell we're all 40?
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You're all men of a certain age.
In
Yes.
the next 2 decades, we'll just be like, I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter. None of this matters. Is it next week? Are we doing it next week? Is it time?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, next week.
I can be
Next
ready.
week, I think is probably time.
All right.
Yep.
Next week is the Game of the Year show. It's going to be wild. So tune in. Lots of
To
people.
see what farming sim will be at the top of my list.
Yes.
I know you guys are excited.
How
I know
many,
you want to know.
Anthony and Wombat as the Balatro
The
champions.
Balatro boys.
The Balatro boys.
There'll be a lot of. I predict that there'll be a lot of talk about Balatro between me, Anthony, Drew, if he shows up.
And
then
Jay.
there'll be a
plays
lot of
that
talk
too,
about.
don't
He played it, yeah. I don't think he quite got into it as much as the rest of us, but.
Oh, okay.
And then there'll be a lot of Helldivers talk, I'm sure, between myself, Terrence, and Jay. So.
Yep.
Ah, perfect time for me to watch football.
Lord.
Anyway, that's it for this week. If you want to send us your picks, we won't read them next week because that show's going to be long. But we will read them over the coming weeks. You can send those to podcast at ztgd.com. You can also tweet and skeet at us at ZTGD Radio on both Twitter and Blue Sky. If anybody talks on Blue Sky, I don't see it. I'm sorry, I just don't.
I mean,
Really?
I gave up Twitter and completely deleted my account. And I haven't missed it once in the 2 months since I gave it up. I'm about to do the same thing with Facebook, by the way. So
yeah, Facebook is.
if your only connection with me today is through Facebook, if you're listening to this and your only connection with me is through Facebook,
You try to reconnect with me.
Yeah, try to find me on another platform like Blue Sky, because number one, you're running out of platforms, and number two, I'm not going to be on Facebook. So
I find lots of people talking on Blue Sky, and I posted that thing, I should be proud because I didn't go off on somebody on there, who was just doing too much, and I was genuinely just making a small joke. But yeah, there's lots of conversations on Blue Sky. What you mean ain't nobody talking? You mean people you follow?
No, I was just replying. People post things. It's also starting to.
Oh, okay.
It's also starting to devolve into the Twitter stuff where I'm seeing stuff I don't necessarily want to see in my Discover tab, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
I am starting to see that as well. Yes.
Yeah, yep. I agree with some of that. I will say I feel like the what I don't see on Blue Sky is 100,000 bot replies to any post before you get to anything that gives any actual context to whatever you're looking at.
Yeah.
Which is what Twitter devolved into before I made my unceremonious exit from that platform.
Yeah, that's still somewhat of a problem on Twitter and not a problem on Blue Sky. But then again, most of the posts I see on Blue Sky don't have any replies. So there's... It's I don't know. It's just weird. Like you said, I just think it's all a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't missed it. I haven't missed Twitter at all.
Yeah, it's been super fun. It's going to be fun again in, I don't know, 8 days? It's going to be super fun.
Oh, yeah. I don't even want to think about that.
Huh? What happens in 8 days? Oh, God dang it. That's right. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, buckaroos. Mm-hmm. All right, that's it. I'm going to go watch some playoff football. Love this time of year and hate this time of year because it's got some good games, but then it'll be over. But to be fair, it's a lot of free time I get back.
And the Detroit Lions are going to win the Super Bowl, so it's all good anyway.
Hey, I'll be rooting for you for sure. I'm rooting for every team that does not have Patrick Mahomes as quarterback.
I have been a Detroit Lions fan since 1992.
Oh, wow.
And it has been a genuinely awful 30 years of football fandom. To the point where I actually mostly stopped watching football because I also like the Bengals, of course, and both teams were so bad for so long. It's actually been nice having both of them be good for the last couple of years.
They've got a legit shot of making it all the way, just as long as they don't do something stupid in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, well,
sound like me.
Dan Campbell loves to take his chances, so
he does.
We'll see if they end up we'll see if they end up working out in his favor or working against him. That's always the question.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go watch the rest of the games today to see who is going into next week. These are always exciting games because if you lose, you're done.
Yep.
You go
Done,
home.
done.
So
Yep.
the games mean so much more, which is awesome. So I'm going to go watch those. Everybody enjoy your week. Tune in next week. We'll tweet out, skeet out about the game of the year. It's going to be a wild one. That's it for us. Nobody has anything else. We'll get out of here. Peace, Patriots.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.